Is this the best front kitchen travel trailer that we have ever seen? Let's go take a look and you tell me, come on. Welcome back to another video, y'all. If you're new here, my name is Miles with Firmly Unbound, and this here is a very well thought out front kitchen travel trailer design. It's the 2027 Keystone Cougar 25 FKD. You'll be able to see the floor plan layout and specs on the screen here. And there's a couple things to point out right away. First of all, they have a water manifold system on this travel trailer RV. This is going to be the only travel trailer in this size and price range that I know of that will now come with a water manifold system in here. So very cool to see that. Now, true to the characteristics of most front kitchen travel trailers, it does not have a full pass-through storage. So you can see your storage space here kind of condensed as we have a kitchen space all throughout this interior portion here. It does have a 30 amp solar charge controller, and it has a prep to add an inverter if you want to add to your solar packages and get an AC unit that could run off of the inverter that would be tied into the battery. Has your prep for a tire pressure monitoring system right there. You have your awning controls right here, which I really like. So you have this switch that allows you to control your awning from outside. Very convenient having that there. And we have a couple lights as well for our front portion. This big door here, it's going to be a thinner baggage door. It does have the metal clips here to latch that in place. I wish they were slam latch doors. And then it has your magnets there to get that up against that wall. The other thing I want to show real quick is the specs on here, because right here we have an unloaded vehicle weight rating, or sorry, gross vehicle weight rating of 8,800 pounds with a 1,250 pound cargo carrying capacity, tankless water heater, 2 20-pound propane bottles, and a power tongue jack. And then you're going to have a spot for your battery there with a battery disconnect box here. Nice molded fiberglass front cap with a windshield in the front cap here that is laid in there very nicely. But as we continue going through the specs, look right here, and we're going to have our exact length on this, 30 feet 1 inch, and unloaded is 7,510 pounds. The last thing we need is the tongue weight on this camper, and then we will be able to make a determination on if this thing is half-ton towable or not. And as I thought, with the front kitchen setup, it has a heavy hitch weight. Unloaded, it has a 970 pound hitch weight. Now, that there is potentially going to send this outside the realm of half-ton towability, but I'm going to wait till the end to share my thoughts on that. So you guys let me know, would you tow this camper with a half-ton truck given all those specs that we just looked over, or not? Or if you would go up to a 3/4 ton truck to tow something this size. Last couple things outside, this does have a 4-point electric auto leveling on this travel trailer. We have brushed gold rims here, a ABS system already installed on this travel trailer, and we have a ton of mud built up on this thing, unfortunately, but that is a Road Armor suspension system there with 6 inches of travel on that suspension system. So one of the best suspension systems you'll get coming out of the factory. You also, on the 2027 Keystone Cougars, this was also true on the 2026 models, but they did not have stickers in place on the 2026 models like they do now. You have composite flooring and composite sidewalls on the Keystone Cougar lineup for your travel trailers. So really like to see that. That's gonna help with preventing delamination on the walls. Both of those materials in the flooring and the sidewalls are not susceptible to water damage the same way like a wood or Luan material is that were used in years past. So really like to see that. You have the privacy shade here on the doors. We step inside, and then both doors will have a solid step on the entry that have these composite steps that have holes in them to allow dirt to fall through. Other entry door is going to go into the bedroom, but as we step in here into the main door, we have our refrigerator and freezer right here. Now, and this is the one that opens from both directions. So this is kind of nice too. You actually can get easy access to your refrigerator from outside, but then when you come around this way, you can also open it from this side. So like that they went with that refrigerator and freezer setup being where this is located in this camper. We also have our controls here for this travel trailer, 12-volt heat pads on the water tanks inside of this thing, and you have your awning and slide out controls here as well. You have your remote control for the air conditioning system here, and then you have a dimmer light switch for your ceiling lights with a stage, like kind of step lighting there for that setup. Absolutely fantastic countertop space. Front kitchens are going to offer some of the most elaborate countertop space and expansive countertop space that you're going to have within a travel trailer RV. Still have a good amount of floor space as well, staying at just a 30-foot travel trailer. You have your TV directly across from your theater seating. Now with the amount of space they had here, they weren't able to work in that slightly bigger sofa that would give you a flip down armrest. So this is not cuddle friendly, unfortunately, as this armrest is kind of set in place there. But It does have heat and massage, it looks like, on these. Yeah, heat and massage on these seats. So that is nice. And these are those nicer seats that we've been seeing from the Keystone Cougar lineup that are more comfortable than you find from other types of furniture within RVs. Back behind this space, we have our pantry. So big hidden pantry here. I mean, you pretty much can walk into this space, and they are being very thoughtful throughout the Cougar lineup, where they have prep areas with outlets to put a cordless vacuum and have a spot to plug that in. As a lot of people, especially people that do more consistent travel, often travel with a cordless vacuum if they can, and most campers don't have a really good spot to place one, which leaves a lot of people not being able to bring them if they would want to. And Keystone Cougar has done a good job of making sure you have a spot for a cordless vacuum in pretty much all of their models. Have a fireplace there, electric heat source for you as we turn back around this way. Tall ceilings in here as well, the ceiling height. I'm standing at about 6'3" with the shoes I have on today, and you can see here ceiling height is probably good for about 6'7" or so. I mean, a lot of space there. We have our AC ducted throughout this camper, ducted down both track systems here, so you have ducting coming down this way and down this way here. In our dining table area, we're going to have storage underneath the booth dining spot, and then we have wood framing here underneath your dining table, wood framing underneath the bed, aluminum framing throughout the rest of the sidewalls and stuff in the camper, but wood framing in a few areas here throughout the interior space of the camper. Legless dining table. This is going to be a strut assisted dining table as well. It's one of my favorites, where you just simply lift it up out of this little rail system that it has right there, and those shocks will kind of help assist it down without you having to support too much of the weight to drop that down and make it into a bed. You have the LED light strips underneath here, look nice, and then same thing, storage on this side as well. Huge countertop space, as I mentioned, but good storage space around here as well for some degree. This is why we open all the cabinets and drawers, because you can see there, that's a faux cabinet. And then right here we can see we have staples for our drawer construction. I do wish that Keystone Cougar was using a few more staples here along these sides. If I bought this camper myself personally, if I was willing to take the time, it would not be a bad measure to just add 1 or 2 more staples here on all of the drawers, just to give them a little bit more, you know, reinforcement there. As I have this drawer construction in my travel trailer, and in my big drawer here underneath the oven where I load up the most stuff, and loaded up enough stuff, I had some pressure pushing on the sidewall there. It did pop those staples loose in my travel trailer. So that is something that can happen with that style drawer construction. Going along through this kitchen space, we have our overhead storage, big storage area here. On your windshield up front, you do have a privacy shade that will pull down, so when you want to block out either light or just the view from people, you have this track system that it will go down into, and you have a full blackout privacy shade there. You have a light switch here for the lights in this space. USB ports and outlets here in the corner. Tons of countertop space for a coffee station, Instapot, air fryer, things of that nature. Big charcoal stainless steel sink, black retractable faucet with a brushed gold faucet and handle on there, and some storage space up through here. Have a standard RV size microwave, no air fryer function with that. 3-burner gas stove with a vent fan over the stove and a smaller oven. Finally, underneath the sink here, see your storage space there. You have your sink covers as well, and then that is pretty much everything. You don't have individual shutoff valves on these water lines in here because we have that water manifold system. Soft close cabinet doors. Your cabinet doors and drawer faces are all solid wood with a stain on them, so those are very nice and look good. Very interesting color palette in here. If you like warmer colors, you'll probably like it, and I'm curious what you guys think about it, because I actually like the color palette in here, but it definitely gives off kind of like some latte and almost like chocolate vibes with the color palette. As we walk back here towards the bathroom, we have a pass-through bathroom, which I like this because I like the amount of floor space it offers, the amount of countertop space that it offers. I know some people don't like a pass-through bathroom. Honestly, I'm not really sure why people don't like a pass-through bathroom exactly, especially when it's one that is this well thought out, that offers this much floor space here. You have your shower on this side, the ceiling height in here with how tall it is. I mean, it's gonna be better than some fifth wheels in terms of like where your door frames are at and stuff like that. You're going to have just this consistent ceiling height without any steps in this RV, that even through your door frames at your shortest area or stepping into the shower here, I mean, everything in this RV is gonna be adequate for somebody that's like 6'6" or shorter, and even possibly like into that 6'7", and by about 6'8", you'll probably find the need to start ducking under some stuff. And even the shower head here, you can see is like right at the level of my head, so I barely have to duck to get underneath this thing too. So very tall people friendly inside of these RVs. Got storage here underneath your sink, porcelain foot flush toilet, and then you have your overhead storage here as well. I can't remember if I showed that or not, but nonetheless, we have a smaller vent fan here in the bathroom, and then for our privacy, we have our doors right here that are a sliding door. Now, the only thing is these doors do not have a way to like lock or secure shut, which is kind of interesting. So they just sit there like that. There's not even like a magnet or anything in place for these doors. So there's no good way to, you know, lock them. And so you better let people know if you don't want anyone coming in while you're using this restroom space, not to come in, because there's no way to lock the doors. But all that being said, there might be like, you know, an aftermarket way that you can put something here to lock that door if that's really a concern for you. By the way, there's almost always a solution to problems like these for a mind that's willing to think up a solution. King size bed here in the bedroom. Have a nice looking headboard here. This is a travel trailer because we have a slide out here in the bedroom, giving you the ability to sit up flat against that wall there. So that's really nice. If you don't or haven't been in a lot of travel trailers before, typically a lot of bedrooms inside of travel trailer RVs are up in the front cap portion where that cap is curved, and so your bed goes up against a curved wall, which makes it where you don't get to comfortably sit up against the wall in your bed. This is not going to have that problem. They also have an upgraded mattress that this comes with, so a little bit better than what you'll typically get from RV manufacturers. It's a little on the soft side, so people that like a firm mattress may not like that, but all that stuff is always going to be subjective. Down underneath here, you got your storage strut assisted bed there. You have dimmable lights here in the bedroom as well. No second AC in this model that we're looking at here, but it is prepped to add a second air conditioner. So when you're looking at this camper in climates that are hotter, like if you're looking at this in Texas, those dealerships will almost always order them with 2 air conditioners. In your colder climate states may order them with 1 AC, just kind of depending on the needs of the particular climate where a camper is being sold. Got your storage space under here, 2 smaller drawers right there. And then you have a pull down blackout shade on this rear wall window. Spot for a TV on the wall there, but that's not gonna fit a terribly large TV on that wall without blocking the window. So probably gonna be limited to about like a 24 to 27 inch screen TV in that space. You can always add a second AC into this space if you ever find yourself needing to in the future. Feels very spacious in here as well because these slide out boxes go all the way up to essentially the roof here. So that certainly helps. With Cougar, you're also getting like decorative accents in a lot of different areas in this RV that other brands may just do something that's blank and white. So like your ceiling panels there, really trying to make a cohesive aesthetic within this space. Already have the privacy shade installed on the door here in the bedroom. And then all in all, a very nice flow here inside of a travel trailer that's not too terribly large, giving you good separation between all your different areas inside of this travel trailer. So curious what you think about the space inside of here, and let me know down below in the comments. We'll go over a few couple things here on the outside real quick, and then we'll get to the pricing on this travel trailer. So we step out here, same solid steps here. One thing to be aware of with a travel trailer like this is these steps, they do have to swing into this door when you're going down the road. So they swing out like so, swing up this way. If you are ever finding yourself in a spot where maybe you have this parked in storage and it's up close to another item or another RV or another wall, whatever it may be, or if you're like pulling into a truck stop and you're up really close, you will not be able to get into your doors unless you have enough space here for that door or for that step to really swing out all the way and make contact with the ground. That's one of the drawbacks to having a step system like that, is when you're in a really tight spot, you could possibly get restricted from being able to enter into your RV through your entry doors, which could be a little bit of a hang up. So I try to let you know about that so you can prepare accordingly with how you park your RV. Have a ladder to get up onto the roof. We have an accessory hitch here on the back rated for 300 pounds, and then you're going to have your power inlet here from Power Watchdog, which is actually going to monitor your power coming into the RV and give you this legend here to let you know what's going on with your power. Get up onto the roof real quickly. Standard with Keystone Cougar is going to be a 220 watt solar system. You can also find these potentially with a 440 watt system, and you can expand upon your solar if you would like. Up here as well, you can see all of the seams on this roof were applied very thick, which I like to see. This is something you should be checking on every RV that you are buying, whether it's new or used. From day one, you should be checking these things, because These seams at the end of the day are applied by hand. Every single individual is going to do it a little bit differently. And you want to make sure that it was done right from the get-go. And also, as this sits out in the sun over time, you know, and it moves around the road, stuff like that, there's a, you know, a chance that over time it could crack, it could peel, it could bubble up, different things like that. And so you just want to be checking these often, because roof leaks certainly do occur in RVs, but they are fully preventable if you get up here and check these seals and make sure that they are being maintained over time, and anytime something does happen, it's getting patched over. If you do that, it is very, very possible to go your entire lifespan of owning an RV and never experience a roof leak, but it does take being diligent about checking these things and repairing them as needed. Hopping back down, we have storage here underneath the bed. Nice LED light in there as well to illuminate that space. We have a gray tank dump valve right here, and you can see the valves themselves are actually up in the underbelly. So between that and then having 12-volt heat pads on the water tanks, a fully enclosed underbelly that protects your water lines, those valves themselves are up in the underbelly, so no water gets to this exposed area until you release those valves. That's going to make this more of a true four-season style camper right there. So this is certainly something that could be, you know, lived in for a longer duration of time or full time. See your running gear down underneath here. We have a through frame rack and pinion style slide mechanism on both slide out boxes. And then last couple things, we have a key TV setup right here. So this is if you wanted to plug in a satellite to the RV. And then you have your docking station right here, which is locked, but it does have your water connections through here. Tankless water heater, plug in for more solar here along the side. And then that is pretty much everything. So very curious your thoughts on what you think about this travel trailer RV. Before I get to the price, let's talk about towing this thing real quick. With that over 900-pound hitch weight on here, I personally would not tow this with a half-ton truck. Especially with how easy it is to load cargo into a truck. Like, I don't know many people that tow a travel trailer like this and don't put anything in the bed of their truck while they're towing. If you're like me, the bed of my truck is full, like overflowing pretty much when I'm going on a camping trip with my travel trailer. So I likely have probably, you know, 500 to 1,000 pounds in the bed of my truck a lot of times. And having a tongue weight on here of 920 pounds, my truck, for instance, has a 1,200 pound cargo carrying capacity or payload capacity, which that number is what is directly correlated to the hitch weight here. So just the hitch weight on this empty, plus the body weight of myself and my wife, puts my truck at peak payload capacity. That's without anything else in there. And sometimes I travel around with a motorcycle, with generators, with water tanks, coolers, like all kinds of different stuff. And it's very easy to load in all kinds of weight. Plus, this is probably gonna go over 1,000 pounds on the hitch weight as you load in things, especially loading things into that kitchen space and whatnot. So these are things to be aware of when you are considering what truck to tow an RV like this with. And I would recommend a 3/4 ton truck for this size camper because of how heavy that hitch weight is. But let me know your thoughts down below. Finally, price on this thing. These Keystone Cougar models in these travel trailers are typically in that $50,000 to $60,000 price range. That's what I can find for like 2026 models that are out there. This is a 2027, and as of me filming this, these things are just now being built. So first chance of really getting a look at these. And with that, you're in this unique time where you get the option to save a little bit of money buying a 2026 model, or you can get something fresh off the line with the 2027 model. As you know, if you're looking through the summer months and see something that's a 2027, that thing was just built. So opportunity to, you know, either save a little bit of money going with the previous year model or get something brand spanking new off the assembly line going with the 2027. Either way, I can personally assist you with buying your next RV if you would like my help and like exclusive pricing that I can offer you guys. So with that, first of all, you can go to MYLESRVs.com to see all of the different 25+ locations across the United States that I can sell RVs out of, and all of the brands that each location sells. And then when you're ready, you can go to my channel, become a member on my YouTube channel. So just hit the join button on my YouTube channel page, join the Travel Squad membership. You can cancel that membership at any point in time. That's just in place because I have my members only posts where I have my inquiry forms for you to contact me directly so that I can get to work getting you into your next RV. But you'll also get access to all my personal travel videos with my camper, my family, my wife, all that fun stuff as well on that Travel Squad membership page there. So all that will be there on the Travel Squad membership portion of my YouTube channel. If you're looking to buy your next RV, I'm here to help. And that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate you watching. And until next time, live firmly unbound.